The recent Matatini event was a robust display of our powerful culture. In my last 2 years of living in New Zealand for the first time, I have discovered that my culture is more than a performance. I was born in Sydney, Australia, raised for 13 years amongst a multicultural people whom I felt did not adequately acknowledge the Indigenous race. During my time in Australia, I never identified myself as Māori. Both of my parents are from New Zealand, and they would frequently tell me I was Māori, but I never believed them because I didn't know. What does it mean to be a Māori? What is Māori? Don't you have to know their language? Don't you have to know how to pūkana? Were my continuous thoughts every time this topic came up. My identity as a Māori meant nothing to me. It never existed until I came home. 2017, a month after landing in New Zealand, my family and I were researching our whakapapa. After learning about my 5th great-grandfather, the Ngati Hine chief, Te Riki Kawati, a feeling of pride turned on within me, which gave me a deep sense of connection. Something started stirring inside. I wanted to know more about this Māori culture. The same year, I attended the Tokihikitua Kapahaka competition with my nan. It was my first time ever watching young people perform, so I didn't really know what to expect. I was in awe the whole time watching. Feelings of wonder, desire, pride, emotion, they were boiling inside of me. I knew in that moment that I wanted to be up on stage. I was so sure that if I performed, I would become a Māori. I had to convince myself first before convincing my parents that I wanted to come to a Māori school. Do I really want to give up my life as a homeschooler just so I can do the things that I think will make me Māori? Well, I identify this culture as my culture now. Here I am, standing before you today, talking to you about how I've learnt and come to know that my culture is more than a performance. So then, how is it more than a performance? One thing that makes us Māori is our whakapapa. It is our identity as the people of New Zealand. Picture whakapapa as a house. It shelters, takes care, and preserves information, stories, and links of who we are as Māori, where we come from as in the lines of our ancestors, and a way for us to know our connection with the land through our pepeha. Through whakapapa, I learnt about 2 very, very special people. On my mother's side, I discovered my 5th great-grandfather, Te Riki Kawati. On my father's side, I discovered my 2nd great-grandfather, Paraire Tomoana. Te Riki Kawati, as most of us know, was one of the great Māori chiefs back in the 18th century. He was well known for his sense of accuracy, sense of warfare and leadership. He created the trenches up at the Rua Peka Peka Pā, claiming to be a brilliant success at luring his enemies into battle. Paraire Tomoana was born with a clubbed foot. Now, back in the day, being born with a clubbed foot was a good omen, a symbol of greatness. He grew up to become a great musician, composing the Māori song Po Kare Kare Ana, which later on became well known, not just in New Zealand, but throughout the world. You see, the importance of whakapapa is real and very, very special. These stories, these legends, they are treasures passed down from generation to generation to inform ourselves as Māori. Our whakapapa is more than a performance. 4 months ago from now, I enrolled myself into Te Kura Kaupapa Māori o Kaikohe and performed at the Tokihikitua Kapahaka competition and Te Tai Tokerau festival. Through my journey of kapahaka, I learned that there is so much more to it than just singing and doing the actions. It is the atmosphere. It is the way we stand and hold ourselves when performing. It is meaning behind the words, the sense of belonging and family. Kapahaka is more than a performance. My name is Sequoia Lambert. I come from a long line of chiefs leading the way back to Io Matua. I am the 5th great-granddaughter of Te Ruki Kauti. I'm the 2nd great-granddaughter of Parare Tomana. There is so much to our culture than just waiata, whakapapa, pepeha, karakia. It is more than a performance. It is a legacy. Thank you.